Oh, how are you guys doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Excellent.
Nothing
pretty
really new
good.
going on.
Good job. Wow.
How are you, Dylan?
I'm doing all right. Work is chilling out at the escape room, and unfortunately also with the tech contract work, it's a little slower this month, but nothing, so that's good. Joe's not slowing down either. Joe does not like me working 3 days in a row.
Just bring him with.
Yeah, my anxious dog that barks 3 times a session because someone happens to be coming down the stairs in shoes. He'd do great at work. Do great with new people.
Can help him.
It would be good for him. I think it would be... I don't think I could just use our customers as training for my dog.
I think you could.
I think my boss would be mad.
Won't know until you try.
There are some things you
Or
can
until
actually
you ask,
know.
but that's boring.
There are some things you can know ahead of time, actually. Yeah, there are some things you know the answer to before you try.
That's not how it works.
But yeah, I played with Joe a bunch earlier, and then he started getting grumbly like right before session. So I went back outside, played with him for 15 more minutes, which is not enough. But I had to like play with him in boots because it's just like muddy and snowy out there, and my shoes are kind of shitty. And if I'm like getting blisters from the boots, that should be enough playing for him to be a little satisfied. But alas.
Joe is a husky, right?
No, he's a Australian Shepherd boxer mix. Looks much more like a boxer.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. And you know.
Yeah, no, that's definitely not enough to play. I've owned both those kinds of dogs.
You'd think you would end up with like the average of the energy of those two breeds, but I actually think they just added together.
Yeah, they doubled, definitely.
Was just talking to someone. They were like, "Yeah, I think like anybody should avoid like herding type dogs for their first dog." But I always forget what Joe is. I'm like, I think he's Australian Shepherd, right? But he doesn't have the long coat, so I always forget.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it very much, but at least the mom was like seemingly purebred Australian Shepherd.
Is he... I feel like he didn't do this any of the times that I visited, but does he have any like herding behavior? Like, does he try and like direct people or anything?
He used to more. Like, he would kind of nip at feet a little bit when he was puppy, and people were like walking around. And he does occasionally just like, I don't know if this is herding behavior, but he will like keep, sometimes when we're like walking down the sidewalk, he'll keep shifting to be like directly in front of me.
Oh.
I don't know what behavior that is, but sometimes I almost trip on him.
that is. Like, he's trying to, like, lead.
No, Jozu thinks he's in charge. And he kind of is.
He sure does the, I don't know, he sure does the point a lot when he, like, thinks he hears an animal.
Mm.
Also, he's anxious as fuck and barks at everything, and he's scared of plastic bags. So. I think that's more down to just his personality than breed, though. Right now, he hears someone 2 stories up moving around, and I just hear him going like... Hello.
Greetings.
How are you doing this fine Wednesday?
Doing okay.
No, doing
How's
okay.
everyone here?
Well, I'm fine on this fine Wednesday.
Oh, double fine.
Tell you what. I'll tell you what's in your future, though. The ion sputters and arc raiders making me real mad.
Sputtering ions, huh?
It's the replacement in the project for the dehumidifiers. Or dehumidifiers, I guess. And they only spawn in like 2 places. One is the entire north side of Stellamontis, which is currently getting looted in the first 3 minutes of every match. People aren't even fighting each other. They're just like checking all the drawers and then booking it to an extract. So I'm painting that right now. I haven't been huge on PvP in that game, but I'm thinking the strategy might be going in with 3s and militarily taking over the assembly line.
I'm in.
The other thing that's annoying, the modulation boxes are the other item you need for that part of the project. Those spawn in exactly the same locations.
Oh no.
Like,
Well, at least it's double or nothing.
yeah, I do have all 5 of those already.
Oh.
And none of the ion sputters.
Oh.
So that's great. Also, I got too comfortable. And in the round where I had the most loot, I got shotgun corner camped at the extract. It's like, of course. Also, hello, Sarah.
Hello.
Let's see. I am, this time, going to try to squeeze in the Stars and Wishes stuff at the end, if that's cool with everyone. There are no protests when we get to that point. Wanting to like squeeze in more session time, that would be fair. But I'll give you guys that warning.
Oh yeah, we were supposed to do that last time, huh?
Well, I said we'd do it either last time or this time, depending on where time allowed. And with the internet trouble, I didn't want to distract anymore from the last session with the internet freaking out. I do think it might have been my wireless access point that I was using down here, not to make this my fault.
I knew it.
But it happened again, and I unplugged that access point and then plugged the line directly into my computer, and I stopped getting the internet flashes. So I think that bit of equipment is maybe not designed to be firing off like megabits and megabits every second, perhaps.
Well, at least you figured out what it was.
Yeah. Aww. No one has anything they want to... No urgent yaps. Then,
Did I miss any good yap?
I once again made Jozu a topic of conversation.
Great.
I don't think there were any urgent yaps exactly. We didn't miss any cat photos.
Good.
So, who would like to give a recap for a hero point?
Bait.
Did you say bait?
It's funny you think I have notes, or that I was really actually paying attention.
No, that's my recap.
Oh, because I can assure you I don't.
No, that's my recap. Bait. That's
All
my
I
recap.
remember is we fought some stuff. That was cool.
Uh-huh. That is
For trying
true.
to two-shot everything. That was cool.
that did happen too.
Also true. The crits were swinging.
Really, all that happened last time was, in fact, that we got to talk to Bait, and then we were gonna head out, and we did a little bit and made camp, and then the Marsh Giants followed us with a giant crocolisk. Actually, it's not a crocolisk. Crocolisk is from World of Warcraft, and those have 6 legs, not 2. This
Or-
was a Dinosuchus. Or Suchus, excuse me.
Correct.
Didn't it have 4 legs?
Oh, I did have 4 legs, not 2. Excuse me. It wasn't a scaly. It had 4.
Well, we can only see like 3 of its possible any number of legs.
It's true.
So
It's true.
And we found out that some of them have the gator, the Dinosuchus, and the leader presumably had an icon that is impossible to draw in Foundry.
he did a great job.
He did do a great job. It's true.
Thank you.
Just had to omit some of the symbol tool in order to make it more on brand
Yes.
with what it's supposed to look like. Which is why it's impossible to draw in there. But he did do a great job.
Impossible to draw quickly.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. Any comments, corrections, additions? Excellent. Go ahead and take that extra hero point, Turis.
Yep.
We won't make Sarah relive the conversation from the last time. That's okay.
Oh, I'm glad someone remembers it. But no, we don't have to relive it.
All right, let's see. So, assuming everything continues relatively apace, seeing you continue your watch for a time before trading off with... I'm not sure who. I don't remember the watch order.
I believe I was going last, but I don't know if I wrote down the watch order.
At the time, I only really cared about...
I just said to throw me in wherever, coach.
All right. So, scene. Toward the end of your watch, the sun has set. Are you waking up Turris or Turcon for their watch?
Wake up Turcon.
All right.
I need to repair my relationship with him after referring to him as that guy.
That's valid. And so, of course, you do that by waking him up. That's how I repair all my relationships.
Yeah, which is...
Is by waking them up in the middle of the night.
One bloodshot eye opens. Glares angrily.
And you would see Sean just like smiling back with a very big, awkward, toothy grin like Mike Wazowski. Hey, Turcon.
Yeah.
Do you mind taking over for watch?
Grumbles and scrambles to his... Actually, hold on. I got something now. That's really stupid. Gotta find it now. Just scampers off. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Joe gets it.
You know he does. Yeah. So, as you are being woken up, crawling toward the top of the hill, seeing you getting ready to end your watch and head to bed, you hear... First of all, give me perception checks, both of you. You hear a couple of like kind of pops in the far distance, kind of like barely audible, echoing over the hills. Holy gosh dang! What guys? What guys?
Hey.
Hell yeah.
It's because of our repaired relationship.
Yes, the power of friendship has bolstered your ability to see things. So you hear these pops in the distance. You recognize them as the sounds of impacts far over the hills. Just... And you both, instead of kind of like looking for those impacts, kind of instinctively look up, and you see almost like a little bit of a meteor shower trailing behind the moon. You see like kind of lightly flickering specks of dust, barely visible, although seeing you have spent an increasing amount of time staring at the dark night sky, so any difference you are starting to spot a little more quickly. And just this, seemingly this trail of dust flowing behind the moon. as a couple more of those impacts sound kind of like far in the distance. And that is...
Okay, so they're hearing the sounds of something coming from the moon, not something landing on the moon. I want to understand.
Correct. It is
okay,
right.
okay.
Trailing, yes. Yes. Being... Yes, that is correct.
Could I go run over to Turris's stuff and try and find his spyglass?
Yes. Yes. Turris, you just keep that in your bag somewhere. It seems like it's usually pretty handy. Turris, give me a perception check.
It's on my person. I have it in my
Oh
interdimensional
no!
pockets.
Oh,
Who uses
Okay.
bags if I have interdimensional space on my being?
true. By the way, Turris, you do have a stat boost available at some point if you would like to increase your stats.
I used it for. It prompted me to stat boost Armis, but apparently not for Turris. Sorry.
Got it. No problem. So the... I'm not going to ask for a perception check from Scene because you are looking in the wrong place, so you simply will not find it. Turris, go ahead and give me a perception check just to see if you wake up from this rustling. Okay. Yeah. You hear very nearby, you hear the sound of like fabric being rustled, metal and other trinkets getting jostled around, and you kind of like excellent. You open your eyes, you see a seat of auction. You see a bulbous dark figure going through your stuff. And
Wait,
concern.
what's Armis doing? Why wouldn't he tell me somebody's trying to sneak into my tent?
What is Armis doing?
He's being a homie.
Probably doesn't see seen as a threat. Question mark? I don't know.
Well, if Armis is watching over, yeah, his hand would go like bright white from the flame for a moment, and then be like, "Wait a second, is that scene?"
As you start to light up the ignition, the light kind of like flickers through your tent, and you see the familiar shape of Scene of Auction thing through your bag.
I know you haven't had a show in a while, but this is low even for you.
Hey, I'm not stealing from you. I was gonna borrow specifically your
Right. Who do you owe money this time?
a lot of people, but that's not important. Can I borrow your spyglass? And I'm sorry to wake you. Purposefully woke up Turkon so that you could keep resting.
Flips his nightcap to the other side to get it out of his face. Well, I'm awake now. What is it? What do you need to see? And he starts getting up.
We saw some stuff fall from the moon, and just want to see if we can get any more details.
He buttons up his pajamas, which have little cartoon characters of towers on them, and bursts out of his tent.
Flap of your tent rustles wildly as you both step out. You look up. You see, having it pointed out to you, the same kind of like dust trail coming from the moon.
I will take a look with my spyglass.
All right.
And then I'll pass it off to Scene after that.
All right. You see kind of a zoomed in version of the same thing they saw, almost like this pollen trail flowing away from the moon, along with not directly behind the moon, but some distance back, like a little. Every once in a while, there's like something that looks like a shooting star. Looking closely, the things flowing away from the moon almost look a little spiky-ish in a similar way to like just what a single a single strand off like a dandelion would look like.
That's coming from the moon itself, or from whatever's streaking, or?
Yes, seems to be coming from the moon itself. It's kind of like a wake. Starts out like sort of narrow from behind the moon, and then spreads into like a bigger cone.
What in blazes is that? I'll pass off the spyglass.
And then seeing you see the same thing.
Do I get any more details?
Go ahead and roll me your own. Well, we'll just keep rolling with that crit from before, since I didn't give you too much from that. The pods inside these kind of like spiky, fibrous plumes, that kind of dandelion-looking bit. The pod inside looks very much in color and in shape like if a moonflower was folded up and like curled into a ball.
Oh, heck, here we go again.
And you heard similar pops, similar impacts when you were back in Lanova, when you interrupted plans there, but this seems to be a different degree, different intensity of whatever this is.
Greater or lesser?
Greater, I would say.
Oh.
Certainly seems less targeted. Before you saw like a couple of star showers right in Lanova. This seems to be more spread out.
Is there anything I could roll to determine if this is like a more regular thing, or if this, my thinking is like, oh, is the moon the Arx in disguise?
No.
Like, is it normal for the moon to drop these things? Is sort of my question.
I would say it is not a common occurrence. Let's see.
don't know the best way to phrase the question. More so, I'm trying to figure out, like, is seeing this happen...
I think the best shot for you
like,
might be to roll society to see what stories you've like heard about this.
Okay.
But you could roll occultism if you'd like.
I'll try occultism.
Okay. That'll be more from the angle of like what you already know about the moonflowers and you know what you would have heard in more occult sources of books.
Okay.
Let's see. This is not a regular thing that the moon does. From some of the books you've read, some of the studying you've done on the Dominion and these like cults of the void, cults of black holes, that kind of thing, that you guys have like picked up in Teresa's library elsewhere around. It has happened before, but it is not a regular thing. In particular, like, maybe you guys looked up some stories remotely related to what happened in Rudel when the younger wolf girl went to find the Arx in that story and that painting. And apparently around that time, there was a description of a similar phenomenon where the moon started throwing out seeds that, like, helped attack Rudel.
Okay. Sounds good. That kind of answers everything, so.
I don't suppose Isha's still within range of a leveled up the message bell or cantrip.
Let me. How can you post a message for me? And we'll see how far it stretches.
I think it's 500 feet, right?
Yeah.
Then let's see.
I thought it was 500. Oh, it is just feet, not miles.
Increases to 500 feet. No, in that case. No, I think the only... I don't know what spells you've swapped out to, but I think the only easy way to contact Isha right now... has Staris told anyone about these dream councils?
I have spoken very openly about training with my sister via Dream Council, so yes.
So the only easy versions of long-distance communication that you recall having are Dream Council by acquaintance of Staris, Celia popping through trees, I suppose, and then the sending stone that has so far gone untested and unused. The sending stones, plural, because you guys do have two.
We do. But we need to make sure we're not wiretapped is the problem.
You can also just use it to talk about things that aren't that important. If that makes sense.
It's true.
Because doesn't Isha have a spell? That's essentially message, but can be used anywhere.
Isha may
That could be
have
super.
access to some stuff. I'm not totally certain what Isha has.
I can give anybody a nightmare in the world.
Cool.
Nice.
Cool. We're learning lessons from
I
From
mean,
our
if
owl
that's
friends.
a message you want to send.
Turgon's gonna craft a very detailed nightmare for Isha.
It's one way to communicate.
Nightmare is just being back in the party with us after leaving.
Literally. her break from us being disrupted.
Yeah.
Oh. That's so interesting. Nightmare
Has
doesn't.
those Sending stones, by the way. Does Turris have one and Isha has one? Why haven't we used them?
I believe it is Turris and Isha. I believe you have not used them because you are afraid of it being wiretapped, like you mentioned. And
Just,
um,
just talk about random stuff and test it out.
and you guys have mostly been within 500 feet of each other.
I don't think something that anybody can just look up and see is very classified.
Yeah, you can also talk very vaguely. You should be like, did you see that?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be like, no, and hang up on the phone. This is a private line? How'd you get this number?
Isha's actually known who's wiretapping for months. Isha's been having chats with them every night.
I hope not, because then that would mean I would have to listen to it. Actually, just the, what is it, the troll witches or whatever from close to that one town.
They're great.
I do love them.
Chris has to just listen to the gossip every night and he's trying to sleep.
Konnor, are you casting this nightmare spell?
No, I was just putting it out there because
Okay,
I thought
okay.
you were having questions about it.
Yeah, it doesn't get very specific about whether you can or cannot craft the nightmares, but I would allow it. I think that's rad.
Yeah, I'll use the sending stone.
All right.
And I'll just message Isha and be like, Isha, trust that you can, if you're awake, you can see the new moon rain that we're having.
A suspiciously long amount of time will pass before Isha answers. You hear some like tapping on your side, like she's hitting it with her
Here's this
claw.
darn thing.
So it's so loud. It sounds like someone is poking your eardrum.
Well, first of all, does Isha like? I'm assuming I can see it all around me.
Yes, yeah. If you can decide if you've seen it before this point or now that it's pointed out to you, but it is not like a difficult thing to spot.
Okay. Yes, what about it? There's stuff happening, I suppose.
Indeed. Seems that might have new friends growing amongst the area. But I trust that you'll tell all friends about it so that they can rally the troops, as it were, when you arrive. Did I just get kicked out? Can you guys still hear me?
Yes, again.
Yeah, yes, we can.
Thought my internet just died.
I'm on the map of Temel right now, Ferris.
Yes.
Okay.
As am I.
Okay, so when they left, I was here.
Yeah, let's see. Since you are going all night, the boat continues like sailing. While folks rest, you guys are like taking turns. I would say you're probably good bit further than that. I would say you are approaching that port town, and will arrive there and be hitting this like river in the lake in the next day.
Okay. I will keep them apprised, Tess.
Excellent. Make sure to get the big trimmer. The big hedge trimmer. You know the one.
I do indeed.
Hangs up. Well, hopefully the queen will be reinstated soon, and she can rally their military to fend off any major incursions these moonflowers are dropping. But and then he kind of like takes the spyglass again and kind of watches it. And I fear there may not be a localized point for this one. This might become a rampant infestation.
All right. Let's see. Staris, all this commotion does not wake you up, as, speaking of the Dream Council, in the midst of your sleep, you feel called to such a council. And I assume your answer is yes. I assume you dip into that.
Last session, we had did the council where I was requesting Scry to call in Trevere, and that was supposed to be happening this evening.
Right, yes. That is,
Yes.
Okay.
So, I would not have let the commotion awake me because I am in the middle of that conversation.
Excellent. Exactly. So, see if I can find another reasonably appropriate song to put on. So you start to blink your eyes open, and you see across from you the wolf-like form of Trevere standing there, adjusting to his surroundings as well, taking even another moment than you, since, well, he's had one Dream Council before. But not quite the nightly occurrence that you've had. And you watch him kind of like look about the space, spots you pretty immediately, kind of like looking uncomfortable as he takes in the scenery, and then kind of like for a moment his brow kind of goes up, and Joe.
He's in character.
And his eyebrows kind of go up. A shocked look kind of appears on his face. Scry is standing there across the way, not too far from him. You kind of like follow his gaze and spot her there. She kind of like tilts her head when he sees her, looks so shocked. After a moment, he starts to like open his mouth to speak. And she kind of like puts up a hand and interrupts and says, save your words. I remember the look in your eyes before. I recognize at least something like sorrow now. You've no need to convince me of anything. And then she'll kind of... Scry was saying, as she kind of like turns and meets Staris' eyes. If that'll be all you'll need from me, then I wish you luck with your goals up north.
You're not staying.
I think we'll catch up another time. No need for me to crowd the space.
I wouldn't want you to keep any unnecessary company if you do not wish. We'll speak again soon.
She'll nod and turn to walk, seemingly to walk into the temple, but kind of just fades, kind of like walks through the fabric of this dream council instead and disappears. Leaving you and the rather already frazzled Trabert, who kind of like turns away from where Scry was standing, and then kind of like nods at you. It's like, I take it that you would like to have a conversation.
Indeed. I figured I could make use of you while you're here. And it's by the graciousness of my sister that we're even able to talk.
His eyes, sorry, as you're talking, his eyes are kind of like trailing around the space since, well, you know what his last experience in this temple was.
This place is familiar to you, no doubt.
It is. Newly familiar again.
Well, I called you here because you've conveniently gotten all your memories back, and I'd like you to give me all the information you have on the individuals that took part in the slaying of my family.
Well,
I'd like to compare notes.
the memories that I'll have of that time are a bit colored by the mindset that I was in. So I apologize in advance. But I remembered a lot of them, other than one being nobody's. Fresh recruits that Gevram was testing out.
Why don't we start with the leader of it all, Gevram himself? What do you know of him? How did he recruit you?
He was some mercenary of some renown, I think. He, there's a contract out for me as I remember it. And, Gevram and a couple of his men came to fill it. He lost one or two. Suggested that someone with my, he kind of like gestures to his current shape. My capabilities could be more useful to him as an employee than as a explorer. I was not in a very particular mindset at the time, so I agreed.
You're quite lucky so many people seem to find you useful. It saved your life on a few occasions, it seems.
I can understand how it would seem that way.
What exactly was the contract? What did he tell you was the job?
Oh, I killed a couple of people for Gevram. And he never told me much. This one, he said that we would have tag-alongs, that I wasn't to get involved unless necessary. And that it was more about testing out these green recruits. I did not ask about the job itself.
Staris will let out a bit of a frustrated sigh. Perhaps I was hoping for too much. I have suspicions that what motivated that attack are different than what I initially perceived. But it seems you're no wiser to the motivations. It's
Well,
disappointing.
I can tell you that took me a moment to think for a sec. The contract was small for Gevram to be there himself. So perhaps you're right.
Leo Brightstone, Anter, Aldezen, Sacristan, and the Huntsman, all led by Gavram Lewis. Those are the lists. Those are the people I'm hunting. Are any of those names familiar to you? Obviously, besides your own.
Kind of furrows his brow a little bit.
And Leo's already dead, so don't bring him up.
Very well. Andrew's Tiberian name. Well, jungle name. But you don't seem to need much help finding these folks.
Finding them, no. Getting an upper hand, I could use any information I can get. I fear I don't have as much time to dedicate towards this task as I'm sure you're aware a hole's been ripped in the sky and the Seraph is escalating. So I'd like to be efficient.
Well, getting one over on Ander, I don't think it would be too terribly difficult for you. Like I said, most of these fighters were nobodies before. Ander, from what I remember, went on to did not stick around with Gevram. He was a decent enough fighter from what I saw, but not quite as sharp as even you are now. You lot and you took care of me with the moon screaming in my head, and I imagine that's much more dangerous than whatever fight this Ander fellow is going to put up. I know Sacristan is a coward, but a decent enough fighter as well. Second to me and Gevram in that lot, perhaps. Don't know much about his past either.
Before I took his life, Leo shared that Gavram had a hideout in South Sarosa. Do you know of it?
Kind of furrows his brow. It's like, yes, I believe I'd been there a couple of times. I believe it was gifted him from the Sarosan king. Had a bit of a military history with the Sarosans before.
Staris will kind of nod appraisingly, kind of giving a bit of approval that that information was helpful. And then she'll let out a kind of deep sigh. And I have another line of questioning. I'm curious, what was your experience like in the presence of the King of the Great Door?
Kind of like froze his brow again.
Brought back, yeah.
Like, this isn't going to be precisely what you want to hear, but my memory of that is a bit foggy. Like, a dream that only part of me was there for. I can tell you, I don't remember seeing the shape of the thing. And then he beckoned me away, and I turned, and there was a bright light, and then I was elsewhere. And my shape was what you see now.
Me as a player, I get the sense he's being truthful, but I think Staris will think he's withholding.
Okay.
It's rather convenient that your memory seems to be foggy about everything I'm asking about. Is this some restriction Isha's put on you?
Isha has not pressed her bear to be particularly secretive, is that correct?
No.
Okay. He looks...
She's letting that damn paranoia get a hold of her. That's what's happening here.
He looks a little like... like a little annoyed, and then like a little bit sad almost. And he's like, I do want to be as helpful as I can. She has not limited my choices, what I say, in any way. I'm sure. And he kind of like stops and shakes his head a little bit. He's like, there's no plain thing dying and coming back. There's no plain thing dying. Well, other than the fact that everyone does it, I suppose. But it's hard to sort out your head. Hard to sort anything out in your head. With that blasted moon screaming in it. That is what put me in the clutches of Augustine in the first place.
That screaming has stopped now, has it not?
It has.
Well, here's hoping with that quiet, you can sort your mind out.
If there's something you're looking for, if there's something I could sort my mind around, that might make my answers more prescient in future conversations.
feeling that bit of ire in his tone, Staris's kind of snake hairs all come alert and hiss a bit as she takes a deep breath and kind of clenches her fists and tries to let it go. Guy, I'll call upon you again if I have something more specific. But I trust that you'll realize any relevant information you happen upon as you're sorting through your memories.
It will be top of mind.
Isha said that bringing you back would benefit us both, and I'm struggling to see what she meant by that.
He kind of looks a little defeated and like looks away. What is your curiosity with the Great Door? I will think on it as best I can.
I want to understand how she's connected to it. How did this even happen? You being before me again after I foolishly thought this was in my past. It's maddening. I want to understand how it came to be and why.
Well, I can tell you that they're sphinxes both. I will consider on it more. It was your companion's ring that sent me to the door. So, they know each other, surely. Reasonably well, if one was walking around with a ring that does what that one did.
Staris, as he mentions the ring, she kind of looks down at her hand that currently the ring is on. She'll kind of ball her fist. See. I wish this had been more illuminating. Perhaps we'll have more opportunity in the future.
He looks kind of briefly frustrated, but then kind of like smooths it over and just like nods.
She'll kind of wave him off as she gets some distance into the temple itself. Like, you're free to go.
Very well. He'll spend another moment kind of like looking around. Give a small shake of his head and then kind of disappear.
And Staris will linger in the temple a bit, kind of trying to cool off
All right.
before she continues her rest for the evening.
Okay. All right. In the morning, the watches get rotated through. Everyone but Bait, as I understand. And everyone starts to wake up in the morning. Let's see. And you are able to begin your travels again if no one has anything they would like to go over once they wake up. You will make it, let's see. Go
I
ahead.
have a quick question.
Yes.
So I got this fancy new feat, annotate composition. So it lets me put a composition onto a scroll and then give that to someone else to cast.
Oh.
Do I have to have a scroll or like the actual paper? Or how would that?
Oh, you don't, let's see. Spend 10 minutes on one focus point to transpose a composition spell. No, it doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like this has any material cost. It doesn't require a crafting check or anything.
Okay.
You can also use one of
In
those.
that case. Also, if I did research on this right, this lets me stack composition spells because technically it's being cast by someone else. So in that case, I think I'm gonna use the 10 minutes and a focus point to make a fortissimo composition scroll. I don't know the best way about giving that to someone, or like actually creating a thing.
Say again, sorry?
I don't know the best way to go about like if there's an easy way to like maybe make a scroll or an item of it.
Yeah. So
if you drag the spell into your inventory, and it should make an appropriately leveled scroll, I believe.
Exactly, yeah. You pull up the compendium browser,
Okay.
you search for the spell, you drag it into your inventory in particular.
Okay. In that case, I'm trying to think who would be the best to take this. I think I would give it to
A creature that can read the language. Okay.
yeah. I don't know if it really matters. I feel like Turris has to use a lot of his actions for like managing him and
Right.
miss. I'm leaning either Staris or Bait. But I feel like I don't have enough of an idea of like how Bait plays, if it's annoying to use an action to use this.
Good question. Also, you mentioned that you can stack songs since it's someone else casting it, so I want to ask what you mean about that.
Well, I think when I was looking it up, like, 'cause I think normally what happens is like if I use lingering composition and then I switch to fortissimo composition.
Oh,
I
I see.
thought it ended the other one. I could just be wrong, but
I don't know. I don't know.
That is how they work, but there's rarely ever a reason to have like 2 bars in a party, so.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'll try and find it. But I think
so. I know what you mean. So you're just not saying like, oh, we can have 2 courageous anthems because that wouldn't stack.
They do have to be different.
Yes,
they do have to be different composition cantrips.
Yeah. Okay. So I was just double checking that before we stumble into that situation. But I believe that you are correct.
Yeah, them being together doesn't actually like do anything because you only ever apply the highest bonus or penalty from either,
right?
From like any effect. So.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think I'll do Courageous Anthem. It says I can modify it with either Fortissimo composition or Lingering composition.
Correct. If you are doing that, just remember that 2 of your focus points are going to be eaten up until someone casts that spell. And also then send me a GM roll of your performance.
Okay. And maybe I'll just do a basic. Oh, I won't do the Lingering composition. I will send you. Private or blind?
Blind GM roll.
That it like. Hold on. Okay. Oh yeah, you cannot regain the focus points. Well, you only lose 1 here, right? So.
Yeah, unless I tack on the extra.
Okay, cool.
I will give this to Bait.
I love that. Anything else anyone wants to do before they take off for the morning?
Simply just catch Staris up to speed with what was going on in the nighttime. And Turcon already knows, right?
Yes.
Yeah, everyone was awake but Bait and Staris.
Alrighty. So, you guys are going to spend most of the day getting up to this little village by the lake up here. Crossing that final river and heading north. You can decide if you want to rest there or in the wilds 10 miles later. The wilds, on the road.
The wilds.
Yeah. Or if you do anything passing through that village, but there's not much going on.
Bait is like trying to read this piece of paper you gave him, scene.
No.
What's this? What does it say?
If you use that, it'll help everyone.
I just read it?
Huh? I think so, yeah.
Oh.
Can he read?
Just barely. He has enough int to not be considered a wild animal.
But I think he can handle
3?
it.
Actually, to be considered a wild animal in this game, you have to have like more than 6.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. We'll just skip you guys right to the Rudel map. I kind of miss the birds now.
Oh, the birds.
Here, I'll just keep my mic unmuted.
Excellent. Perfect ambiance. As you are
Weird ambiance.
kind of cresting this hill, Staris, I don't know how often you are toggling your vengeance sight on, but actually, I think even if you had it not activated, you come closer to your next target than you are to Isha before you rest for the night, and you see them. You see them off to the northwest, around this area.
Excellent.
Chris,
Yeah.
hit your rest button
Oh,
and
yeah,
tell
yeah,
us how much HP you're missing.
I can't see my character.
Also, everyone may want to press that to reset your like daily activations and stuff, if and you have any.
I'm missing 21 health.
Okay, that's easy.
Can I gauge how far away they are?
You do know the exact distance they are from you. Wow, I forgot how small this map is compared to anything else. I started drawing this line and I was like, what do you mean 60? But slightly less than 60 miles.
Yeah, just give yourself the rest of that missing HP. This is like a plus 25 heal.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, Bait is he's like hanging. So he has like a vest under his armor, and he's hanging himself off of Turkhan's Vector Corbin, and he's just applying mud that he was boiling this morning onto you. Let it sit. Don't peel it off until it stops burning.
Actually, an excellent repair material considering Turris is a brick house.
Literally. I feel like Staris would pull out a map. We have a general idea of where we're headed. I think we were told the Arx was like in these mountains in some form or another.
Actually,
And where did you ping?
Were we not told that? No? Am I completely wrong?
There were 3-ish general options, and they got, I think, narrowed down a little bit as you guys did research. So originally it was some mountain by some lake.
Right. Over here.
It has been.
Gee, thanks,
We gotta stop over here. This windmill owes me money.
Heckin' tower wannabe.
He knows what he did.
Great.
I assume it was Mill. It was Milgrain.
My alone.
I'm curious what state I was in when I was giving it.
You literally you circled it
Circle
right here.
Did I?
That's funny. I
You
didn't
That's
literally-
fine.
remember that.
That's for our purposes. That is nearly equivalent.
I too wonder what state you were in. That it has changed so much.
It's just that the what is the cultists or whatever are up in these mountains, right?
Oh, that might be where I'm getting confused. There were certainly moon cultists in this mountain.
Up here?
Yes.
Yeah, right there.
Mm.
That's where your Woofy boy came from.
I thought that was over here.
No, that was up here.
Oh my goodness.
It depends on.
That was up here.
I don't know what's going on.
No.
Oh my
No. I will not be gaslit.
Okay.
There is a temple to the moon by the castle,
Oh, there. Yes, there is that.
and that is where Trebert is from.
It is a.
That's
Yes.
that's
well.
the people in the woods that Trebert got saved by are over there.
So anyway, you've narrowed down the location of the Arx to also be northwest.
Great.
Hey, let's go here.
I was like,
Perfect, I agree. Let's go there.
the archaeologist told us, like, go here. It's over here.
I don't know how long ago that was, but that information was not in my head. For some reason, I was like, this little mountain alcove over here is definitely where the Arx is.
It is a interesting little valley up there.
It does look like something is certainly hidden.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Why would it just be out in the open?
But well, that's because it's underneath the mountains. We don't have a map of Rudel Underground.
Correct. Yeah. And it's all very high in elevation, so it doesn't really connect to the breach, to the Underdark, to the breach. So not great underground maps in Rudel. It is a point of, I was gonna say contention, but I don't think anyone really cares other than you six.
Great. Okay. Well, if that's the direction we're traveling anyway, then I won't say anything. I was gonna spin some excuse about why we had to go around, but if I don't need an excuse, then I simply won't give one.
Well, I found out why Isha and I aren't on the same page. Because Isha's tripping. Get it? Because Isha just rolled a trip. Anyway, so you guys start traveling for the day.
I didn't see that roll.
It was only there briefly. It was there, but briefly.
Varys, take a villain point.
I'm trying to I'm trying to figure out why it keeps rolling as. Okay, we figured it out. It kept rolling all of my stuff as Isha, and I was like,
You're like, I'm not her.
Oh, it's
I'm not
because
That
Isha
ain't
is
me.
your primary token at the moment. I can change that.
I did change it
Oh, okay.
to make my persistent actor.
But I see your player character as Isha at the moment, so I will change that to bait.
Oh, okay. I don't know if that particularly matters because I'm just rolling off the HUD, but
All right. So you follow the road north. It starts to split off. There's kind of a bit of a T intersection. One that you have traveled already, coming from the east, but you now follow it to the west and get off toward these hills. Pretty, by the time the sun starts going down. And since days are passing by, if anyone has any items that they want to identify, I will prompt about that. Or any other medium-term projects they're trying to work on. But as evening starts to set, you guys get to kind of the top of these hills. It is much drier off this way. Still kind of grasslands. It's not exactly like Badlands, but much more kind of like grass is a bit tanner, a bit more like scrub grass going on up this way, and like brush than like verdant grass and trees. But as you kind of like hit the top of the hill, you do see like some homesteads, some farms, like down in the valley that you will be descending toward. And I assume everyone just kind of beds down and rests for the night.
I have an object I want to try to identify.
Okay.
I don't know if... Oh, well. I think you have to click it to give me the rules.
Let me see.
But it's that one.
There we go. All right, you successfully identified this item. How did I lose it so quickly? There's a hairpin of blooming flowers. You have a +1 item bonus to diplomacy checks while you wear it. You can activate it for 2 actions to pluck the flower from it, and create kind of a concealing burst of petals for 1 minute, or until you move from your current location. And that burst can also dazzle or potentially blind other creatures in that burst. And it regrows every day.
Excellent. Okay. As we're setting up camp for the night, I imagine we set up like a fire, some kind of cook fire or something. Everybody's gathered. Staris will approach the group and let them know that there's a target in my sights very near to here. I'll be looking to take care of it tomorrow.
Turkon will nod at you.
Argus, based on our previous conversation, I imagine you're sitting this one out.
Oh, are you guys assassins?
Only sometimes.
Terse will give Eris a sharp look. No, we're not.
Mercenaries?
Not quite.
Ah.
We merely are a force for good for the land. At least mostly good.
Oh, I'm a force for food.
That's no wonder you get along with Turkon.
Sometimes doing good for the land means ridding it of those that bring it harm.
Oh, you're a tree.
I'm afraid I don't follow bait.
You said you're land, right? So like you're clearly not grass because you're too tall. So.
Right.
Maybe a bush.
Whatever you say, bait.
At any rate, we don't need this distraction right now.
It's on the way, Taurus, and it won't take long.
Right.
It'll go even faster if you help.
It's best he sit this one out. I think he's too faint-hearted.
My heart is bigger than Turkon, I'll have you know. I mean that literally, by the way.
So funny that you typed that because I just opened my skill tree like as you sent that.
I will stand by if it seems as though this person needs ridding, then I will be reluctant, but I will do so. I don't want to get my hands dirty on business that causes more bad blood.
And how do you intend to make that determination? What's your criteria? Knowing what they did isn't enough?
I mean, just look at our wolf friend.
I will be right back. I've got computer issues again.
Oh no. Staris asks you that question, Turris, a bit more earnestly than you perhaps are used to hearing from her.
I just find the situation to not be so black and white, you know. People can grow and change, so my books tell me. Every day, some philosophy books say, you're not the person you were yesterday. Could be better or worse, but not the same person. To continue down this path is to try to kill a ghost.
And so the things we do in our past don't matter if we just choose to be better.
I think choosing to be better matters.
And I'm back.
Welcome back. I think choosing to be better matters, and should go on the grand scale of things when weighing somebody else's soul.
How do you decide what actions outweigh another?
Curse will shrug and rub the back of his head. This is merely how I feel. I can't claim to be a great fountain of knowledge on how exactly to apply it in any given situation. But I do know that rushing headlong into violence will always almost certainly end one way. Except for when Isha steps in, of course. And see what that did, mind you. I don't necessarily approve of Isha's deception, as I've stated in our previous conversation. However, we have a new ally who is earnest in owning up to his misdeeds in the work he does now.
Owning up to his misdeeds. I've yet to see how he's making up for it. I spoke with him last night and it was rather unhelpful.
Really? In one of your councils?
Indeed. I had hoped, with his memories returned through Isha's actions, that he'd have a wealth of information. Unfortunately, not the case.
Leaders don't tell idiots what to do. They're not in on the plan. Bait never was.
That doesn't mean the idiots can't overhear things they're not supposed to.
That implies the idiots aren't idiots. Bait's just looking at you. Blank. His eyes just...
People start wandering off.
Well, I know you've yet to interact with him, Bait, but Trevor is far from an idiot.
I don't know. He sounds kind of stupid to me.
He's as cunning as a wolf. But it seems like he might have been misled in several ways.
He kept mentioning the screaming of the moon being the reason he did what he did. And that he's free of it now. But it muddies his memories still. At least the after effects of it.
That does harken back to when we confronted him the first time and he transformed into a hideous beast.
Chris, you're good at getting people to talk to you. Any recommendations? And thinking my approach wasn't ideal.
Talking to Trevor.
Indeed.
Well, I'm not exactly sure how the conversation went last night, but I would please start by opening. Had any sort of intention of killing the man, even in a dream?
Can't kill him in a dream. He should know that.
Yes, but with your energy, I wouldn't discount you trying.
I showed restraint with my blade once before. If I wanted him dead, he would have been dead.
And I respect you for that.
So I tell him I'm not going to kill him?
Well, shouldn't lie now, should we? Simply... try to tell him that, you have to mean this, by the way. Try to tell him that, you want to find a good reason, not want to seek retribution anymore. Rid your heart of these things, at least for him. Seek to understand him himself. Not as a monster, but as a person. I don't know his full story. You probably know more than I, but... hearing and listening are two different things. And very often, if you want to be understood, then you must first seek to understand. Does that make sense?
You get all that from a book.
Indeed.
This is why Bait doesn't read.
It's surprisingly infuriating how unexpectedly wise you can be. There's something else I should share. Bait, cover your ears.
He tries to put his hands up to his ear holes, but his arms don't reach.
So,
Get the corks.
his arms don't reach. You carry that hammer. Staris said.
Scene will cover his. Yeah. Which. Yeah.
Part of what I'm trying to uncover, well, it's leading me to believe that my understanding of the events that transpired aren't accurate. My sister mentioned And this must stay between us. She'll kind of glance at Bait to make sure. It seems there's a ley line nexus at my temple. My home.
Terrace's eyes go wide.
And the Seraph has already found it.
He's got like a hesitation in his breath, and he's like, so the attack on your temple was...
To clear us out so the Seraph could invade. At least that's my theory.
That is far worse than any petty and mundane misgivings of mortals.
And according to Trebert, the other men involved didn't know about all that.
They thought they were hired by some nearby locals to oust people unlike themselves.
Well, that was my understanding, so I can imagine it's not too far a leap to assume that that's what they thought as well. Doesn't make what they did right by any means, but it changes things.
You are right, of course. Faulty of an individual who would take up such a mission. If it is framed in such a way, then that speaks darkly on their soul. If nothing else, we should seek out this individual and see if he knows things that Trebert does not.
My thoughts exactly.
Well, then I trust that you will be able to stay a blade, at least until I can question him.
You? I can hold my blade long enough to interrogate him.
I'm merely worried that the tension of the moment might not lead to clear information. But if you think you can get what's necessary out of him, if there is anything at all, then I will leave it to you. Oh, Staris, what if he's a school teacher now or something?
I guess we'll have to wait and see.
I suppose so, yes. And I'll force a smile. I suppose this will also inspire me to redouble my efforts in ley line research. Perhaps I will find a way to thwart whatever the Seraph is attempting there and elsewhere.
I think that would be good.
And kind of looks up and scratched his head. I'll see if I can't work on some large umbrella for this moon. Perhaps a large cork for the hole in the sky too, while I'm at it.
You're full of creative solutions tonight. An umbrella and a cork. That'll stop the Seraph's invasion.
If it did, it would make him royal with anger, and I would be delighted for that.
I think we've already succeeded in angering him. But no harm in doing more, I guess.
Yes, it'll any rate, the moon seems to be. I find it frustrating that he can simply just drop armies wherever he'd like on the planet or on the realm.
Seeing you can uncover Bates' ears now.
Yes,
Bait just like turns around. If you ever put those tentacles in my ears again, I will bite your face off, and that is your entire body.
I just want to clarify. I was going to say that scene sticks the like pseudopods into Bates' ears, but then I was like, I don't want. Yeah, but I thought that was already what happened.
Bait is just looking at you. He has to look up though, because he's short.
Scene will like put his hands up and be like, oh, I'm sorry. I just trying to help out. But yep, won't happen again.
I'll just walk away next time. That's easier and less gross.
Scene will nod. That's a good idea.
Maybe when I grow up, I'll get longer arms.
How old are you?
That'd be
anyhow?
nice.
I don't know.
Fascinating.
All right.
I've never met another creature that's never had a birthday before. Just like myself.
What's a birthday?
Well, that's simply when you're birthed from the womb, or egg, or... Well, I suppose there's several different creatures and ways of procreation.
Oh.
But that's for when you're older. Handsome on that.
One of you is gonna get a limb bitten off.
Bait is still trying to figure out what birthday means.
He's gonna be chewing on that one for a while. the word literally defines the meaning, but okay, buddy. I believe in you. No. I imagine like a kind of a wave of relief and exhaustion overtakes Staris a bit, and she'll kind of sway where she's been standing, kind of sharing everything with the party. She'll kind of hold her, bring like a hand to her forehead and say she's going to retire for the night. And as she's like entering her tent, you can see her, the like white snake that's her familiar. Usually it's wrapped around the like upper part of her arm, kind of making its way down her arm into her hands as she enters her tent. Bed down for the evening.
All right. I assume you guys set up watch, rotate through that. You're in a pretty tame area. That doesn't stop perhaps some of you from worrying about those pops, the sounds of impacts in the distance kind of picking up again once we get closer to the middle and end of the night. But none land close enough to interrupt your rest for the night. You wake up and are able to start traveling once again, kind of following the road down into this sort of drier farmland area. This road kind of wraps around from the map that you guys have. You know that it wraps around to this larger town that's like right on the lake. But both your target of the Arx and your vengeance site target lie kind of across the river. And there is sort of a smaller trail that leads that way. Won't give you quite the same speed bonuses as you start to travel as a fully developed road. But it will give you at least an easier path to walk for a while along that river. And then pretty quickly from there, you see there's kind of a spread out set of homesteads along some farmland off to the west, up the hill just like a little bit, but still kind of in this greener area. And your vengeance site target is located specifically in one of those homesteads. And you can see it from quite some distance away.
Okay. Is it all right if we take our quick break before moving forward?
This is a great time for it. So,
Perfect.
get you guys back here and call it 7:05 or your local equivalent.
Oh,
Shit, I got like 7 hours then.
You'll have to convert to your local equivalent on your own. Well, calling it 8 or so minutes.
Gotcha.
I returned.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I'm back. At least until my dog comes back.
Welcome back.
I should have realized something was happened in my computer earlier. When I'm just sitting here and all of a sudden, Epic Games just crashes out of nowhere.
Oh.
I'm just like, okay, either that's really bad programming, and then everything else starts to go down. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Yo, what's going on YouTube? What are you guys doing? Well, I hope the... What is this? What would this be? 900% increase over our average concurrence. I hope you guys are enjoying the Pathfinder session. If you've been enjoying the music of the Pathfinder session, I make all my own music. Make it all live. Make it all live on Twitch. Oh, and YouTube these days, so if you've been enjoying that, maybe check some of that out.
I am back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. I think we are missing just V.
Yep.
I keep not being able to decide if I'm hot or cold in my house. I keep putting on a jacket and taking it off repeatedly.
Yeah.
Open a window, and then it'll be cold for sure.
That
That's a great idea, actually.
that does work. I'm also in that kind of middle ground where, like, it is cold. My feet are, like, a little bit cold, but the sweatshirt is, like, too much. I should just put another pair of socks on or something, but that's... I gotta find the socks, and I gotta,
Open a window? Question mark?
It doesn't really... I'm in the basement. I guess it... But it'd eventually do it.
The way we're gonna blow up the moon. Crazy.
If that's what you guys choose to do, I'm not gonna stop you.
Absolutely fucking not.
Someone else might stop you.
I throw my back to Corbin as hard as I can at the moon.
I just saw the
It
one
is.
he sent. The moon's haunted with the gun. And I'm like, oh, we're gonna kill the moon.
It's a distraction.
It's a distraction.
Listening to my old music projects every week as part of this campaign. I was gonna say it's a problem, but I don't know if it's a problem. But I definitely always want to go back and like redo these songs or like enhance them somewhat. I'm realizing the best part of this song are like the string swells, and they're so far in the back.
What was that, Varys?
Huh?
Huh?
What?
What?
I was saying the perfectionist in me struggles listening to my old music projects every week on occasion.
Well, that just means the perfectionist inside of you needs to just remaster all of your old music.
Yeah. Yeah. I was saying that the
Not
like
remaster it all. Easy peasy.
uh-huh.
Just do it all again.
Yeah. Makes sense. I was saying the string swells in this song, like the higher violin swells, I think they're in the last half of the song. They're like the best part of the song, but they're super far in the back. They're like background sound. Oh, no, they're right here.
No, they're right here.
I'm back.
Right here for me. I realized we could be on completely different parts of the song. Welcome back.
Oh, it's not synced up for all of us?
It tries to be.
Oh, I'm at 121.
Oh, I'm at 121. Was wet
Great.
when you said that.
Yes. It's like time keeps going or something.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Do we, when we leveled up, by the way, did we get another point for our relics or whatever they're called?
At level
gonna ask that.
10, I don't think so. I will double check.
Imagine having a relic.
Oh,
We're at 4 right now.
4.
mine
You
says
should
3.
certainly have
Mine's
more
at 4.
than 4.
Wait, what?
And I thought I fixed it. Not you. Not you.
Oh,
Scene
some
of
people-
auction.
Relics work weird.
Scene of auction should have the same amount as you plus 1 for every spell level they know.
I just realized I have 2 unallocated points to my relic. Whoopsies.
I just
Oh.
I just allocated mine.
Okay. Okay, got you.
am I the only person who's been paying attention to their spell allocations is the one that doesn't have any? Unless I
Correct.
get one for being level 10.
I do not believe that you do. But we'll check.
So,
Imagine
so
having
how
spell
many
slots.
how many points should I
Imagine
have?
doing 2 billion damage per
You
turn.
should have. Turris, how many did you have?
I have 3.
Then you should have 8.
8?
What?
Because he gets 1 for
Oh,
every one of his
8.
spell levels. Because a bunch of the points on his tree are for adjusting the staff aspect. Like swapping out spells on the staff and making the staff spell slots do more things.
I was wondering because I was like, it feels a little weird that I can only cast 1 spell with this.
Huh?
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Only 1?
Then-
I don't even think that was true when I gave it to you. What do you mean?
Well, okay, so I'm partially I was blaming you for something that was fully my fault.
Oh, okay.
I did not populate any of the other spells besides Cinder Swarm, which is a 4th rank. So
Okay.
every time I used a spell with Veshtov, it just ate up all my charges. Which is my fault.
The other
but-
thing is, I mean, this doesn't matter. This isn't a huge difference, but every time you prepare the staff, its max charges and the number of charges it charges up to equals the highest rank spell you can cast. So it should be 5 right now. You should have 5 charges.
This is relevant information for me too. Thank you.
5 out
And
of
you should know
8?
this too.
I
No,
should know this
it's
too.
5 out of
Sarah
5.
says to herself.
Oh, wait, I
Literally.
thought you said it was 8.
So you have. I'm so sorry. You have 8 points for your tree, your skill tree, but the
Oh, okay.
staff has 5 charges.
I'm back to being.
And if you
Uh.
sacrifice one of your own spell slots when you prepare the staff, you can add that many charges to it. So if you sacrifice a 3rd rank slot,
Oh.
then you could have 8 out of 8 charges. If you sacrifice a 5th rank slot, you could have 10 out of 10 charges. Staffs are a little
That's
weird and
cool.
complicated. Actually,
It's crazy
since
how
you're
every
a
time we play, I'm like, I've been playing with missing like 4 different actions that I could do.
since you are a spontaneous caster, I think you can choose to, like, you can just decide, like, oh, I want 5 more charges. I'm going to sacrifice one of my 5th rank spell slots right now to get 5 more charges because I'd rather cast Cinder Swarm again.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
cool.
Prepared casters have to pick in the morning when they make their preparations. Spontaneous casters can make that overcharge whenever they want. Once, I think.
It basically increases your like spell list available to you as a spontaneous caster. So like if you have a spell slot available for a spell, you can like on your staff, you can just be like, well, instead of casting this 3rd level spell, I'll cast this 3rd level spell off my staff instead.
Or instead of casting this 5th level spell, I'm going to cast 5 Soothes at rank 1 for some reason.
Yeah. I feel like there's so much with my character to know and keep track of that I just do not.
It can be a little bit that way with a spellcaster, especially a spellcaster with a custom artifact staff that, yeah. You're not
Any tips or tricks on like remembering the actions in the staff?
Write
Nope.
it down.
Yeah,
write it down.
Put it on a
record it somewhere.
I make like
Take
a
notes.
cheat sheet for myself. Yeah, have notes. You also have like on your character sheet, the second like tab is actions, and if you enter everything correctly in your sheet, you'll have like a list of things you can do.
Yeah,
I haven't made any
The only thing is
special actions for this staff, so you'd have to like create your own action for that. Or
yeah, and I don't know what you
that was my only
done, Konnor, but I had to create a whole spell list for my staff.
yes.
I did that. I have a spell list at the bottom.
Yeah. And
Which
you can,
I
like, label
just
them, which is nice.
filled out for the most part. Yeah.
There is on my relic, there are 2 options that say more spells to come and they just have question marks. Is that
They're not here yet.
That's DLC content. You have to pay
Oh,
for
Yeah,
that.
you have to pay
Okay.
for it.
I'll pick something else.
Special pre-order bonus.
We can rotate points to those later if
No worries. I'll pick something else. I was just making sure I didn't miss something.
No, that's I should get on that.
Don't worry about it. There's plenty of other stuff I can choose.
Right, I've gotten Joe has decided to come inside, so I'm ready to start describing things again. Everyone else.
I have one question.
Okay.
If I don't have another point for leveling to 10, can I at least reallocate something on my ring?
If you yes, probably. Yes, especially if it's something you haven't used yet or used much. Absolutely.
I have used one of these abilities, and that's the one I want to keep anyhow.
Okay, cool. Then yes.
He's just like, I'm saving it for all of my stuff that I'll get for later. That will be better, for sure. Was that what's happening, Voraktee? Are you just saving all of your points so you could just Omega invest at the very end?
That would be really cool, but no. I have I have several entry points into like the later stuff anyhow. Like it's a web of stuff on a little circle ring, so I can get there one way. I don't think it'll let me uncheck a box though. I don't know.
You might have to right click or left click. Ferris, go get your fucking dog.
I did. He's inside.
Oh, okay.
I did right click and left click, and nothing changed. And it does lag it when I try to do it.
Oh, good. Which one are you trying to get rid of?
The stove knife.
Of course.
What?
Let's see. Oh yeah, it was right click for me, but maybe I have it turned off for you guys, so you can't move things around. You should have the point back. I recommend you don't put it into the question marks yet, but you can if you want.
but I wanna.
It won't activate yet. He'll tell you that for free.
Oh, wow. Elizabeth is in the hospital having her baby right now. That's crazy.
Oh, you got her automated text message?
Francisco got a text from her husband, from Ascension.
Oh. Was
Yeah.
Ascension going?
Obviously.
Oh, I just wanted to make sure.
Wait, I have a second actual follow-up question because now I'm reading this.
The one that you get
A little
automatically
more-
at level 12.
Yeah. And it says probably level 12. Can't that be probably level 10?
It could be probably level 14.
It could probably be level never. Let's get back on track. Good lord.
I'm asking now before we go into an ancient temple building flying fortress that might have a lot of text that I can't read.
You know, for now, just assume you can't take that.
Well, maybe instead of taking Sphinx, we could have taken a useful language for reading the foretext.
Don't worry, I got you, Turris.
Thanks. I didn't have any pre-knowledge of languages in this, so I took something that I thought could be useful and funny.
He just
It
wants to
is?
snoop on Isha.
Mhm.
I can get behind that.
It wasn't even snooping. I just thought it'd be fun. But it does have the potential of snooping. Not the goal, but definitely a possibility.
Are you settled on retaking Bestow Life?
I don't know. I'll read it. You can go ahead.
Okay.
I wanted the level up ring reading, but I'll see if there's anything else I want to take. I'd probably keep
Okay.
that, but I don't know if there's.
Okay. If a narrative point comes up where you would like to do a thing with ring rating, then we can try to tackle that when it comes up. But right now, in the middle of a field, that power does not activate for you now.
Got it.
So you guys split from the road and begin approaching this homestead, Staris, that you have seen this vengeance site target, that kind of like orange outline of a person that does kind of like get more and more resolved, more and more recognizable as you approach and climb the incline of this hill. How are you looking as you approach? It is the first vengeance site target that you have run into since Trepair.
She is keeping weapons sheathed, and I imagine my party's following pretty closely, but perhaps she's leading. She has like a rather anxious energy than perhaps what the party has seen before. Before, it's been very much rage and like a determination, and this time it's that rage is still there, ever present. I imagine her eyes are glowing with that kind of ember glow that is ever present when she's activating her vengeful sight, and she's not like, as she's approaching, she's not dropping it. She's continuing to kind of maintain it as the glow becomes more and more fleshed out. I imagine as we get closer, detail comes through bit by bit. And if it's a house, then awkwardly she kind of knocks on the door,
Yeah.
perhaps hesitating a bit before she does so. Maybe it's the urging of a party member to knock.
As you approach the door, you can kind of see that this figure is in the middle of some kind of work. You don't see the implements that they're holding, but their arm is kind of like it looks maybe like they are washing a pan or scraping a piece of leather or something like that. And you approach to knock, and you see the figure's head kind of like turn, and then kind of like look back to their work, and they kind of like set a bunch of stuff down. What is the rest of the party doing as Staris approaches this door and knocks?
I am very close to Staris.
I'm accidentally
enough-
close
enough
to
to give
Staris,
Enough to give her space.
but
though.
that's only because I'm on top of Turkon.
I see.
Can I fastball special bait?
Probably he's small enough that that's possible, yeah.
Sweet.
All right. And the other two?
Thien would also be standing just like right at the door with them.
All right.
Now it's weird if I'm standing off by myself.
Bait feels the psychic energy of Turkon wanting to throw him, and he's just looking. He's just the 1,000-mile stare as Bait is looking at Turkus.
Trying to direct the throw to Turris is
No,
okay.
that's not what I said.
Okay. Fair enough.
I'd
So
imagine Turris would be trying to crowd the door, but perhaps he gets crowded out by the rest of the party.
Gonna take a step back actually, but now it feels weird just being not there.
It's not that weird. You can watch from a distance, and that's fine.
do you do so? Do you shuffle your position? How do you?
I'll just be a few steps back from like off to the side or something. Not like too far away, but
All right.
not
So.
like I'm waiting in line either.
As this fellow is putting tools down, kind of like looks over his shoulder. It's like, just a minute, be right there. And there's a brief delay, and then you hear like footsteps kind of coming toward the door.
Why are we killing this guy?
Staris ignores you.
Nearly no time to answer the question, as the door kind of like pops open, and he starts to say, sorry, I just had to, and kind of like stops and kind of like looks at you first, Staris, and doesn't even like really see anyone else for the moment. And you are maybe surprised to hear him say, Staris. And then, like, after a brief moment, understanding kind of crosses his face, and like his body shifts a little bit, and he says, you're probably here to kill me.
What? How did he know?
And then he kind of like furrows his brow and like looks over and like sees the rest of the group for the first time, and kind of like crinkles his brow and looks around. Like, my word. Well, that's no reason to be a bad host. Come on in, I'll put a pot on. And he just
Why
like
is he so understanding?
turns and walks inside.
Bait narrating all my thoughts.
Maybe Bait's not so dumb. And I don't know if you follow him inside, but he steps away from the door.
Scene will follow him in right away.
Excellent.
I feel like Staris is she'll be standing in a bit of a stupor, a bit of a shock at his
Bait hits you with the top of it, with it, like the flat of his spear. He just focus.
She'll shake off her momentary pause and kind of enter, not really taking in the room, but mostly maintaining her gaze on this man.
Okay.
Turkon will punch in through the very small doorway.
That's Bait hitting the door frame and falling.
Scene is definitely taking in the room.
All right. So, I don't know if Scene would have had this thought, but there exists a possibility that perhaps this man was not going for a pot of something, but going for a weapon. But you see pretty quickly, kind of like a sword and shield, kind of like leaned up near the door. There's a spot there where like dust has kind of sort of collected a little bit on the floor around it, but then the sword and shield had moved recently and like left clean impressions where they'd been moved. But before that, they have seemingly sat there for quite some time. At least yeah. The rest of the room is pretty simple. This house is basically kind of a one-room, kind of L-shaped, little shack, little homestead. Not very complicated. There's like around one corner and like through an arch that's like almost a door frame. There's like a bed that has been hastily made at some point during the day. Some very like simple items kind of strewn around. There's like a quill and some like papers there. There's a small dining room table with 2 seats. And then that's kind of like in the middle of this L that's pretty close to this entryway where you guys are walking in. And then beyond that, there's like a small kitchen where there's been like a tub has been filled with water, and indeed he was seemingly cleaning a pot when you arrived. And that is where he goes to. There's like a simple. There's a basin over there that was not being used to clean the pot, and he like scoops some water out of there and starts getting some tea ready in like a kettle. There's a fire still on, and he's kind of like hastily getting that ready and setting the kettle to boil. Once he's kind of done with that, he looks to the group coming in. It's like, you really are a interesting lot. You don't have help yourselves wherever you like. Only really have those 2 chairs there. I've got a rocker and a bed over there. Make yourselves comfortable.
Tarkhan is going to immediately go to the rocker and
Break
see if he can fit into it.
Scene at the same time would try and go to the rocker, but upon like getting there at the same time as Turkon would like step back and like gesture for him to take the chair.
It's a fairly big. Let me see.
It's definitely not Minotaur big.
It's not Minotaur big,
Minotaur
and
big.
and the arms agree with you. The arms are kind of like just it's just like simple wooden arms that are held up by like a series of wooden like dowels, effectively, that kind of shape. And that kind of like bends out as you take a seat, and the whole thing like flattens a little.
I didn't say I would take a seat. I said I would look to see if I could take a seat.
Oh, it would be.
If I know it's too small for me,
He's
I
so
would just
polite.
disappointedly sigh at it and just plop next to it.
It is sturdily built. It is sturdily built. The seat is not quite perhaps wide enough.
Doris, you can make things bigger, right?
Not quite like that, I don't think. It has to be
Say
like a living
after-
creature, right?
What? Say again?
No, you can target an object with enlarge.
Can you?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Scene would
I've not seen it used
gesture
that way.
expectingly
But that's amazing.
at the
Is
Is it weird it
chair.
has to be unattended?
Oh yeah.
It says targets as one willing creature. That's all I got to work with.
If you want to roll an Arcana check for it. I'd let you try to bend some magic.
I love bending magic.
Okay. All right. I think as you cast this, your ring glows a little bit, and like between some of the scales on one half, like this kind of like green light kind of like emerges. And the chair, the bits of wood that were once alive and still carry that kind of shape of life, kind of like stretch and move with the sound of like straining wood, enough to allow Turkon to sit comfortably. And the wide-eyed
Yay.
Ander is just like staring, watching this happen, and he's like, huh.
Her party's immediate hijinks kind of snap her out of her stare, and she'll ask Ander, "How do you know my name?"
He does a bit of a double take, and he says, "Well, I'm
boinking your sister."
Wow.
That'd be crazy.
It would be. It would be. He says, after I was tended to, I came back after a time to try to understand what had happened. I got
What was there to understand?
Well, it is shameful to even try to explain to you. Oh, well, I thought often on how to start this, but I'm off to just a real smooth beginning.
Are you a teacher? Bates coming down from some
No.
some fuck off place. Just been looking for a classroom this whole time.
No, I'm not.
Oh, that makes this easy.
Oh,
Right?
He needs to talk
Curse
first,
just
Bate.
rolls his eyes.
I'll be watching this window if you need me. Bate just you only see the spearhead as he like sits down.
well. Kevram was not particularly forthcoming about the details of this job. He says the word job kind of uncomfortably. I had concerns and questions, and he repeated several times that it was not the lot of a mercenary to ask about such things, to deliberate on the morals of a job or concern ourselves with the details of who we were going to. He said we were in the business of taking lives, and that bee in particular would get you killed faster than it would earn you coin. He kind of swallows, like shakes his head. He had concerns that I wasn't cut out for it, and I must agree at this point. So, he kind of like rubs his head. So I came back after, seen as your sister, who I have since gathered is named Sig. He like looks to you for
The crazy one. Oh my god.
looks to you, Staris, for like confirmation.
She'll kind of unconsciously give him a nod.
Well, she had, during our scuffle, marked me for green, which upset me rather greatly on account of not being that green. And I saw what I thought was an opening, and I hastily leapt to, and she clearly saw it coming, and instead of running me through like she had every opening and right to do, gave me a rather good bash on the nose with her shield. Broke it right out, knocked me cold. And, well, I was out before I hit the ground, but before that, I remember this feeling that I'd made a terrible mistake and shouldn't have been there at all. Seen that, getting hit that hard with a bit of mercy. So I came back to the town. They had dragged me off elsewhere, left town rather immediately. And when I arrived back, I had found out that there was another sister that had been asking about us. And I looked for you, but you were already gone. And so I asked what I could, figured what I could. And came to the conclusion that we'd done a true evil there. And
what were you hoping? Oh, okay, go ahead.
No, just the like pot starts to whistle, and he kind of like snaps out of this little bit of a monologue, and without really even saying anything to excuse himself, turns and like grabs the pot to start handling that, pouring the tea that was promised.
I feel like Staris, kind of during the whole monologue, was very still, and the like squealing of the teapot kind of snaps her out of it, perhaps with a bit of a start. And she'll ask him what he was hoping to achieve by looking for her. What would you have done if you had found me?
Well, that's the funny thing. Sometimes you just don't know. It felt like the right thing to do, though. But like someone should. Felt like someone should. And you're quickly getting the sense that perhaps this is not a very articulate man, but
I can empathize as not being articulate myself. Right. She'll kind of turn to Turris, and she's like, "Not a school teacher. What do you do? What have you done?"
Well, since and before he kind of like points around, does like a circle with his with his index finger, just like pointing to the outside. He's like, "This is family farm. Sister runs it. I did that. I've been doing that since. Did that for a time before. And before that, I was with the Ridge Rangers. Not Rudel's finest, but Rudel's most familiar with mountains and cliffs, perhaps. And got into a bit of a scuffle with an animal bigger than me, and it left me not totally able to march and sleep on the ground for months at a time. So I exited that life. Started working here for my sister. But droughts have been common. Not recently, but ever since, the whole thing with the four. They were sealed away. It's not a grand tragedy. We still make crops well enough, but water's tighter than it used to be around here. And our irrigation, we've gotten much better at irrigation, but sometimes it doesn't take.
Right. You're a farmer.
Right.
Got it.
Yes.
What made you think you could go into the business of killing people?
We were struck by a couple of years of that drought. And I thought, good with a sword, good with a spear. Heard mercenary work makes quick money. Thought I might just guard some trade caravans or some such. And, not much need for mercenary work up here in Rudel. Certainly not going to go to Lanova. That seems not quite correct and proper for one of the Shangal. But, so I went south, heard that Sarosa has seen some conflict, and could use some mercenary work. And well, I wasn't wrong. Got a good couple of jobs. Made a decent spot of money, rather quick order, before I fell in with Gevram, and felt like honest work at first.
What felt honest about it at first?
Well, there were good few roaming he kind of like starts to hesitate, realizing how this might sound. It's like it's a good few roaming creatures in the Dwarf Mountains. Written some of the farming villages up there. Seen the damage they do up close and personal. So I took to a couple of those jobs with a few fellows there. And that didn't seem so bad. Seemed like I was helping folks and earning some money besides. The job with Gevram sounded like it was supposed to be the same at first, till we got there. And I'm not saying I was quick to my wit about it.
Sounds like my sister helped you get there.
Gives a couple of like small nods. He's like kind of like he has now poured the tea and kind of like set a few cups in front of the folks at the dining table. Went and delivered one to Turkan in the rocker. And now he's just kind of like leaning on the counter where like the cooking implements are, and he's just kind of been, as he got to that part, he's just kind of been like a couple of fingers kind of like rubbing his brow, his thumb like sitting on, just like resting out his cheekbone.
I imagine the rest of the party is seated and or looking out a window. And Staris hasn't moved from where she is in the doorway. I imagine she and I don't know if he told me his name. I think you said his name, Ander.
You have his name. I don't know if he ended up introducing himself.
I don't think he did, but I think we put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
There's an unspoken understanding. I just wanted to make sure I had it right. Yeah, I feel like he and I are probably the only ones actually standing still.
I mean, I might be comfy in my chair, but I am definitely just watching, ready to pounce.
I think
Just a giant minotaur sitting in a rocking chair, sipping teas, squinting at the guy.
In the shadows around the
making
corner from the
floorboards
fireplace.
creak.
Yeah.
I like to imagine my horns are also like scraping the roof.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Cutting a pair of parallel channels.
In the ceiling.
Scene would be kind of like standing or hovering next to Turkon, looking at the conversation. And when he comes around and like hands out the tea, Scene would like be about to take a sip and then look up and be like, "You didn't poison this, did you?"
Wouldn't that be a clever?
Oh, that'd be rather rude.
Roll a
He's
fortitude
asking
save.
this. He's asking this very jokingly, though.
He answers in earnest and looks nervously to Staris. It's like,
Yeah, she'll
no, I d-
confirm. She's like, I watched him make it. He didn't poison it, Scene.
there's a bit of just tea grain in there, a bit of cinnamon, a little bit of just slightest bit of spice.
I'm allergic to cinnamon.
Someone else I have to avenge now, apparently. Well. Were you told to expect me to come after you, or was that just a lucky guess on your part?
Well, up here's a long way to go to. For anything else, I suppose. If you're telling me you're not, you'll have no complaints here. But like flounders for words for a minute.
Did you raise a weapon against them? Hurt them? Kill them?
Gives kind of a slow nod, kind of like staring at the floor. It's like the one swipe I did get in, I'm afraid, was decent enough. I think I cut a good few of Sig's, and he kind of like gestures up to like where his own kind of like messy brown hair is like approaching his shoulders. He like gestures there. He's like doesn't know what to call it, if you should call it like hair or what. And the way she reacted, I imagine it hurts a mite more than if you cut me the same way.
Indeed it does.
Gives a nod. It's like, so I did. You guys hear kind of like louder than the impacts you've heard recently. You hear kind of like over the hill, not extremely far. There's even like the house kind of like shakes just a little bit as that impact happens, and Ander kind of like looks in the direction of that sound, and like furrows his brow, and kind of like sets the teacup down, and like goes to one of his windows and looks out. concern on his face, and then there's like another couple of those impact sounds, just off in the distance. And he immediately looks concerned. Those are all in roughly the same direction, although not all the same distance. And he kind of like turns to the lot of you and says, that was toward town. Heard a sound like that not 2 days ago. The strange beast that came out, it took 12 men to just hold it at bay, and we almost lost 2. And he kind of like looks around at your group, and he's like, kind of swallows. And he's like, I've no right to ask.
Curse is already out the door.
Okay. My sister's gone into town. At the very least, let me go. And Staris, he's like looking right at you.
Mm-hmm. She'll give a nod and tell him that we'll continue the conversation once the danger is past.
He gives a nod, and then says, thank you. And runs past you, like very quickly, hurriedly grabs that shield and sword that was by the door, and runs outside. No armor or anything, just like in the clothes he was wearing inside. Runs outside and starts running off toward town. Turris, you can see kind of the direction that town is in. Let me see. I swear one day the music will just work. First time. And we'll move you guys over to this. You probably won't see any... Oh, that's not the one. I misclicked. And I will get the party sheet out here real quick. I don't know who is going with Turris, what the rest of the party does in the immediate aftermath there.
I imagine Turris made it out first, and Staris would leave closely behind Andrew.
And if Staris is leaving, then Turkon's leaving.
All right.
Bait is 10 minutes late.
10 minutes late. Wow.
Zine would follow Turris out the door.
Hell yeah, homie.
All right. So you guys come running in. It is a little more toward evening now. It is taking you most of the day to get here. There is like shouting in the town, lots of like confusion in the town, and you see even over the tops of these buildings, like the top of the tendrils of these relatively familiar shapes, kind of like weaving around. And this one has like fully torn into this building up here. The shouting is coming from like past this tree line, and you see flickers of like fire coming through that tree line. And we will get everyone. Oops.
I am ready to burst into a sprint to get to the closest one.
Excellent.
Yikes.
Do we feel like last time we fought one of these, we learned its weakest roll or its weakest save?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Which would be reflex.
Yeah. Of course it is.
And I will get Andrew on here in a moment, but seeing you can go ahead.
I know that this is counterintuitive to what I did earlier, but I don't want to wait for bait to have a turn to give everyone a boost.
Very well, very well.
So I will Courageous Anthem. And do Lingering Composition. Oops, did not mean to place the emanation. I don't need that. Can you delete that for me?
Sure, one sec.
Thank you. That is for the Lingering Composition.
And that is a success, not a crit success.
Okay, so everyone has Courageous Anthem for 3 rounds.
I almost put in 31.
I was gonna ask this before we like officially got here, but I didn't want to like.
We can definitely do some preamble stuff before
Sure,
you're
sure.
literally here.
Well, the one thing I wanted to do was summon my Bahir. I wanted to ask if like writing it here would like mess up like a timeline of like first getting there too early versus like the party versus like what's going on.
You would get there if you're like waiting for the party. You would get there in time with your like slowest party member.
Okay, cool. Because really at the end, like almost like I could actually make like a significant difference, like getting there early. Like at the very least, I just don't want to have to like spend a turn like summoning him as well.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's totally fine. I can pull that out in just a sec.
I will.
Oh yeah, Artemis was big.
That's right.
I think that's worn off by now.
Probably. How do I remove? Wait, is it just on him as a buff? Yeah, it is on him as a buff. Okay.
I am going
There we
to.
go.
Time warp or time jump. Oh God!
Everything all right?
Okay.
Oh, I see. Sorry.
I saw one of them and went from seeing 1 to 3. So. I feel like
Yes,
I
and
should.
there's only 3.
I'm sure that will remain true.
Oh God. Okay.
So I currently don't see 4 on the initiative
Yeah.
bar.
The scene can't count that high.
No, I was saying I went from
Does
seeing
it?
1 physically on my map to 3.
I feel like Sync can definitely count to 4, but I think that like once you go like 5, 6, 7, 8, that's when it gets really hard.
Yeah,
4 is
right.
the max.
He coincidentally can count through 5, 6, 7, 8 because that's how he starts all his songs.
Yeah, but
Oh
after
my
Yeah.
that, then it gets
After that, he's lost.
He has
Yeah.
no idea what the number 9 is.
I can only count
Except
to
for
4.
that 7,
I can
8
only
it, you
count
know?
to 4.
Except for 7, 8, 8. Or when he casts enough of his Force Barrage, he can do 9, I
Speaking of,
think. Get it.
I'm going to
What?
use one action to force barrage. And start the Wand of Shard Storm. Okay, and that's my turn. And
All right.
I am in a very bad way. Can you
Where's-
start the combat?
Oh, yes. Yes. Not on that one for some reason. Okay. There we go.
Yeah.
All right. You guys hear this sound? Let me see.
Guys, I don't know what's behind that building, but there's definitely some Elvish there.
Let's see.
Also, this guy's more handsome than I thought he was gonna be.
Yeah, I was
This
about to
is
say,
probably-
he's kind of a pretty boy.
A little younger, a little smoother face than he should be, but
You see, he was casting an illusion on himself while we're at his house to make him seem older.
there's kind of like some shouting from across that tree line still. Oh, it still does. They still do take damage.
Yeah, good job, village people.
Yeah. And
Yay, village militia.
yeah, so you guys have no idea what's going on over there, but there's definitely the sounds of combat. There's like a light explosion that you heard as you were running up. You see some fire over there. But you have perhaps bigger problems in mind. Seeing you start casting that thing, and this moonflower that was like pulling apart the roof of this building kind of like stops and starts to turn around and lumber in your direction.
Good, bring him closer.
Peeking over,
Yeah, that
peeking over
checks
this
out.
tree. And the stem of it just comes over the tree and like down toward you, trying to take a chomp. Uh-oh. Dealing a pretty good chunk of damage.
I might be dead.
He dead.
I'm just kidding. I'm not fully.
Here's hoping. It uses its last action. One more action, right? It's not slow. Okay. Uses its last action to try to grab you in its jaws. Which will take in athletics here. This is against your fortitude DC. This will be at -5, by the way. So that should be a 27. And what is your fort DC? Oh my god. He almost misses you.
What is my fort DC again?
10 plus your fortitude bonus.
Oh yeah, so 27.
Just barely manages to hold on and grab you. Oh, mobilized is wrong. Kind of. And that's his turn.
Hi there, guys. How's it going?
You don't know what these plants expected, but it wasn't a Turkon.
It never is.
Quick mechanics question. Do my reactions recharge at the beginning or the end of my turn?
Beginning of your turn.
Okay, and I only get one of them per turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
With some exceptions depending on feats and stuff, but typically one.
Oh,
All right.
This is the one that's holding scene right now, yeah?
Yes, correct. And your Vector Corbin sinks into its rubbery flesh, but not as much as you would like. As those,
And that was with piercing.
yeah, as those fibers kind of resist, kind of hold together stronger than you think, and slow your swing.
Alright, we'll try it again. Try to free him. Nope. Alrighty.
All right. Well, this one you guys don't have to worry about so much. Move. Bump. 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 They keep rolling directly on the fortitude DC. Although... Okay. Handle that in a minute. This other one down by you guys. There's kind of like a strange scream from the other side of the trees. It sounds a little bit like moisture escaping like a piece of wood when it's on fire. But then the fire through those through the foliage here kind of like seems to flicker out and die out for the moment. Meanwhile, this one does not see your companions yet, but 2 is good enough for him. This differently colored one, this kind of like purple one that seems to be more in bloom, the flower more vibrant. It kind of like bends its stalk downward, and the flower kind of like closes up on top, and then kind of like puffs up, and then opens up and releases a spray of like pollen and petals in your direction. Let's see, something like this.
Is this considered a ranged attack?
This is not considered a ranged attack. It is not an attack whatsoever. I'll need you both to make the saving throw here. Wow. Scene is just like ducking behind Turkon's legs. It's staying fully out of this. So Scene...
That's certainly a vile plume.
You're correct. You're correct. Scene, you take none of this damage. Turkon, you take full damage, it looks like. And you are also on a failure, stupefied 2 for 1 minute.
Is stupefied incapacitation?
No. Stupefied just means your mental saves are worse. And ignore that. Ignore that part. Okay. And then Turkon, upon you, he will try to bite. He'll try to bite. And miss. Dang. All right. I'm gonna skip that guy. There's a lot of sound going on. This guy's not super close to you guys. Let's see. Sees you, does not currently consider you threatening enough. Just the 2 of you to come after you. Keeps tearing open this house up here instead. B. If you wanted to be at
I
that
should
square,
have one more square movement here.
fine with me.
Because this house is like blocking.
Right, yeah.
I will knock the flower prop.
Holy success on a 2. Reflex really is their worst save. So it's trying to like bite Turkon, trying to grab Turkon, and you just knock it over. It just like falls entirely to the side as it's trying to bite Turkon.
Yeah, and that is my turn.
I apologize for the building blocking everything. You guys can see well enough already. I'm just gonna fully delete this building.
There he is.
All right.
Sam,
Ender-
did you take your healing?
Oh, sorry, I did not. Let me do that. Thank you.
Andrew already has a device in his hand. Let me see. He's looking around, though, looking for any sign of something. He's looking around. He's paying attention to something else. But he's got this device in his hand, and he's going to turn and try to throw it at these plants that are attacking you guys. One moment. Okay. Turgon, the one that you have been slicing at, he kind of like wheels back with this glass jar. It's just like tied closed with like straw. And he throws it at this plant.
Ooh. Cool effect, though.
Cool effect.
He hero points that one, right?
Unfortunately, he is not blessed with such capabilities. But everyone does take... Did it get rid of the item? No.
I'll give him my hero point. It's fine.
It does deal 2 splashing fire damage. Turkon, you will take that. But so will they.
No, I won't.
No, you won't. Oh, do you just like dodge?
I have 7 fire resistance.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it does
That's
absolutely nothing to you.
why-
Does absolutely nothing. It also like lights up these plants and they take a bit it like starts a fire on them that quickly goes out, but the fire still like scorches heavily where the blast happened. And he spends the rest of his turn making a perception check. Turris, go ahead. Wow. It's rolling real bad.
All right. So how much movement does Bait have? Holy heck. I'm going to... Barely hurt, barely. Forget, does Luruk have his breath weapon, or is it just the riding ability that he has right now?
Technically, I think I said you can't ride him
Oh,
In
that's
combat?
the one I can't do.
Yeah.
Oh, in combat. Yeah. Well, I was asking for combat anyhow.
Yeah.
I mean, does he have a breath weapon? Is my question. Not if can I ride him?
I think he does have a breath weapon, but it's a little. He doesn't so much have a breath weapon as. And I would let this take effect while you're not riding him for now. But he does have a. Basically, his attacks kind of like ride on your attacks. So when you strike someone, he kind of like lets out a bit of a breath on the same target.
I see. Hey, right. A whole D4, that's wild. Okay, I am going to act together or tandem movement. And Armus is going to go there. Staris is going to go there. And then I'm going to act together. And with my act together, I am going to instruct Laruk to move and attack on the Moonflower Bloom.
Alright.
There. And Armus is going to use the act together to move another 35 feet.
Excellent. And then Senior going to be up next. Ooh.
I don't see the rolls right now.
That rolled a 31.
Ooh.
So you can go ahead and roll damage.
I don't have a box to roll damage for on the right side.
I'll do it.
Okay.
In this instance.
Just refresh Voraktee. It should.
Okay.
Oh, I apologize. You rolled a 1 on damage.
I'd like to roll myself, thank you.
The curse of the GM rolling for you.
Yep. We can hold off till you press the button on that one. We'll start Scene's turn in the meantime.
Yeah, I've expended my actions.
So, how can I get out of being grabbed?
You can roll an acrobatics check, an athletics check, or a unarmed attack. Those are the 3 escape options.
All right, I'm just gonna wait for someone to help me.
That's
He said it's hopeless.
Completely pointless, not worth it. They seem to be weak to fire, right?
That's what we
They
know
are
from last
plants.
time. Mhm.
I'm not making that up.
You're not
And
making
they're,
that
like,
up.
Rubbery, which means electricity is no.
Yes, as opposed to the way that Varys read it originally.
Yeah.
I got a 5 instead of a 4, Varys.
You're gonna hate how much physical resistance they have. Meanwhile, the Cinder Swarm.
Oh, also one. I get a force barrage bolt.
Yes.
From the wand. Let me. I'm gonna hit the one that's holding on to me. Wait, if it's being cast from the wand or triggered from the wand, does that still count as a manipulate action?
Nope.
Okay. Oh.
16. Left guy? Bottom guy?
The one that's left guy.
Okay.
Okay, and then I'm going to Cinder Swarm. Probably. Oh god. Yeah, I'll target the one that's holding on to me.
Okay. This will be a manipulate action.
Yeah, so I have to roll the DC 5.
No! You can re-roll these.
Okay, I am re-rolling it.
Wowza.
Use-
Such a tragic rollover onto the 4.
Yeah, that felt bad. I am doing fire ants.
Alrighty.
Oh, I will. So I need a reflex, but here's the damage.
Alright. He crit fails.
I love to see it.
Let's see.
So he is blind, or no, sorry, that's for the other one. Ignore that.
Okay.
At least I think that's for the other one. Yeah.
That fails its save must
Has to
move
move
5 feet in the direction of your choice.
Yeah. Is this rough terrain at all?
Yeah, definitely. For it would be greater difficult terrain, yes. Also, it lets you go as you provide forced movement.
Nice. Okay. In that case, I'm going to try to, I'm going to like have it go towards the...
Well, if you have it move away from me, would I get a reactive strike on that?
Nah, forced movement doesn't
Okay.
trigger that kind of reaction.
Throw it in the bushes.
Yeah, I'll try. I'm going to try and have it move towards the bushes, maybe to try and like make it
Get it a
fall or
little
anything
stuck in there.
Yeah.
Do you want it to go right there or
Um,
like away at an angle?
I think that's fine because
Okay.
I still want Turkon to be able to hit it. I mean, you have increased.
I have
range,
reach.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can hit it farther.
Yeah, I'll push it a little bit like diagonal away, so there's like a space between it and Turkon.
All right. Mind me, I'm just handling other stuff up here. What?
Is that?
Oh, I see.
It was just 2 actions, right? I should still have more.
Yeah.
I will.
These guys are terrorists. What do you mean they're just throwing bombs?
I'm just gonna move right here. Wait, and I'm gonna take off my. There we go.
Did you get out of being grabbed, or
Yeah, it sorry, I can take it off. Oh yeah. Looks like Konnor already did. So because this guy got like forced to move around, forced to focus on moving around, the grab broke.
gotcha?
The village, you hear some more, you hear a shout, like like back up, steady. Just get the fire close. And then a couple of like pops and explosions. And another scream from somewhere beyond that tree line. Meanwhile, Turkon, this thing is going to lean back over the tree. Can it? Give me one moment to consider. Oh, yeah. Okay. It will try to bite you. Oh my god. You're having a bad day. It is still going to try to grab you. This will be at -5. Okay. You have an opportunity to either grab this guy. He leaves himself so open that you can either grab him or like throw him on the ground.
No, I will definitely grab him.
All right. So he is now grabbed.
Greed.
Where does G come in the alphabet? Oh my god. All right, and then he will try to whip you with his root. And then it's your turn.
All right. Well, if he's grabbed, and we did say that my bladed gauntlets count as my unarmed strike, yeah?
I don't believe so.
I mean, it's only 1 point of difference, so. Yeah. Well, this one's not prone,
Wonderful.
and it does 1d6 damage per weapon damage die.
All right. So I think you roll.
So damage like normal.
Yeah, roll your regular damage and then roll another. Do you have any runes on your gauntlets?
No.
Okay, then another 1d6, and I'll do all that damage in one.
Ugh.
All right. So it'll take this minus its resistance plus that one more. Alrighty.
And now that it's down on the ground, I will just try a normal hit. So do I suffer my multi attack because of that, or is that?
I believe
Well, this
yeah,
one-
it has the attack tag and it doesn't say it ignores multi attack or anything like that.
Okay.
So- That is indeed a hit.
Ugh, my damage rolls have been awful.
They thank you for sure. Let's see. Let me double check real quick. Oh. That's interesting. Can anyone see? No one can see this moonflower right now, right?
How am I supposed to tell you that?
I can.
I can as well.
Oh, okay. All right. Anyone behind any like tree cover from this guy will get a +2 on their save. Let me see. You guys are just out of range, actually. There is a bright flash from the other side of those trees. Wow. And they're just fine. Okay.
Dude, that Town Watch captain is a baller.
He's doing all right. He's doing all right right now.
He looks so cool.
All right. Okay. Surely one of them will get Turkon. This one tries to bite you. Oh my goodness. It will try to grab you. This will be at a -5. I'm not bothering to punch it in. 38. What is your fortitude DC? This is actually a 33.
31.
31. He does grab you.
So that means I lose the grapple.
Not
Grapple on on the other one, yeah.
not yet.
No?
Let's see.
So it's grabbing me and I'm grabbing the other one. Okay.
Yes, and then it will try. Its jaws and those tendrils immediately start
not
trying to
again.
pull you inward. Oh! This is at a -10. Oh, this doesn't succeed. You are just barely able to keep yourself out of this thing's maw.
Good lord, something can swallow Turkon?
It's
Yeah,
just
this isn't the first time.
You're so
This has
right.
happened before.
It's been a while.
here's some more
Lord.
commands get shouted. This Moonflower Bloom is now interested enough in what's happening down here that it's going to leave this leave this house alone. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. It's gonna take 2 actions to get here no matter what. Oh. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle this way. And it took 2 actions. That's right. Well, it's gonna try its best to grab. Well, I guess we'll roll a 1d2. I won't be so narrative focused on this. And it's a 1. It does try to grab Ander. It does successfully grab Ander. And then, Bait, it is your turn, followed by Staris. Wait, what lit this guy on fire? Why is he on fire? Did I have the wrong guy on fire?
Perhaps a bomb?
Which one?
I have the wrong guy on fire. I put this guy on fire on accident somehow.
Oh well, didn't. Oh yeah, because
It should have been
threw a bomb
this
at...
guy. It should have been this guy that you lit on fire. So that's.
And then the
my-
bottom guy was lit on fire by Ander, right?
Did you antsed this guy, right? Ander fucked up his bomb. He didn't light on anyone on fire.
You tried to
okay,
light me
yeah.
on
you
fire.
threw your ants on this guy.
Yeah.
I think it somehow went on the wrong guy. So let me just. But they can keep taking their turn.
Well, I need you to apply clumsy one to this guy.
Oh, cool. The one in front of you.
Oh,
Yep.
Okay.
So the grapple missed by how much on me? By 2?
By 1.
By what? I have Wrestler Dedication, which gives me a +2 circumstance to my fortitude when resisting
Oh, cool.
grapples or swallows.
Excellent. So then by 3. Doot.
No, the grapple, not the swallow.
Oh, okay. Oh, the other one. The other one hit by. The other one still would have met that exactly.
Okay.
Get him, Bait.
Eat 'em.
Let's see. This one's at 130. This guy should be. Okay. Jesus.
And I will give it piercing weakness 5.
Holy.
It's more weak to piercing now.
It is at all weak to piercing now.
Yes, you can just drag the vicious
Oh.
debilitations on there and give you a prompt.
Excellent. That is very helpful. Okay. I almost know how much I messed up on this guy down here. There's a 1. Okay, so this guy should have taken 10 more damage. And this guy should be at full health and not on fire. Okay, sorry, Staris, go ahead.
You're good. I'm moving and I'm spell striking.
It is indeed. All right, it is indeed a hit. And bump. Bump. Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
Whoa.
What the? Hit by a melee attack from when you were. Wow. All right.
All right, bait. Jeez.
It calculated the damage funny there. It applied the physical resistance. Okay. It should be dead. So, bait, at that opportunity, you cut this guy. You combine your strike with Staris's, and this thing just gets like cut and burned right in the middle, and the stalk just falls off of the base. And it just stops moving. All of its tendrils just flop on the ground. Ander is gonna try to escape. Why not with athletics? That... Oh, appears to be exactly enough. So he gets out of the grab. He's going to take a slash. I suppose he should pull out. I don't think he has another bomb on him. I don't think he has one. So he'll step up and he'll just take a slash. This is not the right weapon, but that's fine.
Dang.
What the? He high rolled that damage ridiculously. Jesus.
Damn. He must really love his sister.
All right. That is all his moves. Turris, go ahead.
Alrighty then. I'm gonna act together, and I'm gonna have Armis move here, and Turris is going to. Actually, do I really, Yeah, I'm gonna fireball it. Oh, that's a big fireball. Can I technically get both of them if I put it right here?
Yep. Correct.
Along with their beautiful trees in the middle here.
Yeah. Is a shame about that, but oh my lord.
Ooh, I like that crit fail.
Yep. So go ahead and roll the damage. All right, that guy takes double. And is a jeez. All right. Between you and Andrew, you guys two-shot this thing. Andrew just kind of like ducks under the shield as this fireball goes off. The other one is going to take full damage. And isn't looking too great either. Wow. All right. Oh, you probably still have stuff to do, actually.
I do.
You
I
aren't.
do still have stuff to do.
You aren't merely going to nearly one shot of the one of those.
As a matter of fact. Yeah. And then I'm gonna have Armis punch this guy.
I do want to throw out there, if you want to start trying to go for the other one, my Cinder Swarm automatically sustains because of lingering composition, so that could just kill him.
Oh, might it? Well, I already committed to this, so I don't want to like not commit to this because.
No, that's okay. Just want to throw that out there because I haven't used this in a while and I forgot about that.
I will start heading that way now, though. But yeah, that'll miss. I'll commit to it. And for my last trick, since I have Mature Beast Companion, the root can still move or attack.
Indeed.
So I'm gonna have him move.
Sorry, the
I guess
tree. Tree's getting in the way.
You know what? I'll have him move this way. How far can he move? It's 45 feet. Is it
Do you-
farther than that? It's 45 feet.
Yeah.
I'll have him move this way.
Those freaky ethereal legs slide between the between his scales and then disappear.
Like a ethereal centipede, just
Exactly,
rocking
yeah.
along the land, yeah. And now that's my turn.
All right. Ian, go ahead.
So like I said, Cinder Swarm automatically sustains because of lingering composition. So I'm just gonna do the fire ants again on the same guy.
Let's see. Hand up to 1 minute.
So in
The
to
sustain on
the
this
stav
is so
you
weird.
put
Oh no, I know
into
that.
the
I know
stav
that.
you specific. Oh, okay.
Repeat the effect. Oh, okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and roll the damage for that.
Owie!
So he takes the piercing damage right away. And the fire damage gets applied and happens at the end of his turn.
Okay. In that case, I am going to. So you said I can give up a spell slot to gain more charges?
Correct.
Okay, I'm gonna give up a second level, I think. We'll give up a second level. And then I am going to, like a beach ball,
Oink.
spike myself into the flower.
Incredible.
Just gonna go like right here or
All
not
right.
there. I don't want to hit. I'm gonna go wherever I can go that won't make me hit someone else.
Over here is probably your best bet. Just blast through the already burning trees and just blow away even more of the foliage there. Set the fence a little bit on fire. Go ahead and roll the damage. I think he's toast. He's toast. So, explode over here, and it kind of like reels back from the explosion of your blazing dive. Very quickly, just like shrivels up. A bunch of it turning to dust and ash. The rest of it like falling into this already burning tree. And as you wrap that up over there, you hear a cheer over here as the militia kind of like loads up on crossbow bolts and fire bombs and like just another volley of bolts slam into this already quite injured Moonflower, and it too falls over.
Oh.
Nice.
You guys made quick work of your group.
How long does stupefy last for?
A minute.
Okay.
And the cheering from that militia doesn't last too long as they quickly kind of start to come back into town. You guys getting a couple of curious looks, but this orcish fellow that you have not yet met, kind of like directing everyone. There are a couple of these like plant-like pods around the yard here, and they quickly start cutting loose those pods and freeing the people who have been stuck inside. Which doesn't, once again, doesn't include anyone in the gosh darn party.
You tried.
I did. And we'll continue from there next time.
Stop trying to eat me!
Yeah, Turkon does the eating, not the other way around.
It's true.
Exactly.
It's true. They never learn. They never learn. Well, thank you guys for playing. I don't know if we can squeeze in. I don't know if we can squeeze in the stars and wishes in the next 10 minutes. That seems like a big ask, but maybe we'll do it at the.
You can try.
I'm good to go over. If you
Okay.
would.
Okay.
I'm not like I don't need to immediately go to bed.
Got you.
I have a little bit of a later start tomorrow, so we could take advantage of it.
Okay. If everyone else is cool with staying over just a little, I am fine with that.
How dare you?
I'm sorry.
Who are you directing that towards?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Give me one moment, and we can start doing that. I figure I will end stream before we do.
All right, then keep your secrets.
Keeping your secrets.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Thank you guys for hanging out for a little bit of Pathfinder. That was great. I enjoyed that session quite a bit. We had quite a bit of good role playing, and we will get more next time. I don't know what's happening on YouTube, but thanks for coming and checking things out, guys. Whatever's going on over there, we'd love to have you. If you like D&D stuff, we do a lot of tabletop RPG stuff around here. In particular, we compose a lot of music for tabletop RPGs. So if you are curious in that at all, would like to see some of that at all, stick around, give a follow, come hang out on the Twitch. Other than that, I will see you all again real soon. Good